Welcome everybody, I'm your host, the Junkyard Drifter, and today I'm going to be taking you guys all on a tour of my toolbox. I'm a heavy diesel mechanic. I've been in the industry for about 3 years now, but I've been wrenching for most of my life. But the tools in this box will reflect mostly the heavy diesel world. I also work on medium duty diesel as well, and base automotive too. But most of these tools will reflect the fact that I wrench on big rigs most of the time. I will say that even though we're staring at my brand new Snap-on Triple Bank Master Series toolbox, that most of these tools do reflect budget. I'm the kind of person that I say start cheap, figure out what works, then upgrade from there. So you guys will see some Harbor Freight in here, you will see some Amazon tools, but you will see some tool truck tools as well. Pretty much if I could afford it and it worked, I've got it. And there is definitely room for growth, and you will see that. But regardless, you know, if it works, it works, regardless if it's Chinesium or American made. To me, if it got the job done, it got the job done. So let's get into this. Oh, starting off with the tool storage itself. This is a Snap-on Triple Bank Master Series 72-inch. I ended up trading a project car to a buddy of mine for it straight across. So he got the car and he's loving it. I got the box. So good deal on that. And the reason why I've got this here today is I quit my job. I'm left my current shop, or now past shop, for a different shop. Still wrenching on diesel big rigs, no hard feelings there, just better opportunities for me out there, and I was able to upgrade into this box at the same time. I come from a Snap-on 52-inch Classic Series, Classic 78, I think it's what the actual doohickey was. But it'll definitely reflect me being in a bigger box once you guys start getting into the drawers and seeing the tools. I was definitely limited on space, but yeah, way bigger box and so much more room, and I'm very happy about it. But let's get into stuff here. So on this side right here, I've got my Icon 52-inch pry bar. You can move some serious weight with this sucker, but it's just a rebranded Mayhew Dominator. A little bit better deal going with the Icon, but I've liked it so far. And then a little Husky pry bar, well, not little, but Husky pry bar, you know, good for doing tires and what have you. Got a small snipe right here, and then got some magnetic rails to hang them up on the sides, as well as I got some magnetic trays, a Snap-on tray, some flashlight doohickey holders from Snap-on, Cornwell magnetic trays, Matco magnetic tray, and a Pittsburgh magnetic tray. Up on the topper, got some of my favorite hats, and then coffee, obviously. Got some parts for some projects I gotta get taken care of. And then usually I've got a power strip right here, but since this box will be moving to my main shop, I've just haven't fully set everything up yet, because it's just gonna be shipped right out the door here pretty soon, so there's no point in hooking up all the electrical. My Matco welding helmet, my Milwaukee chargers underneath that, my Hercules charger, my little Anaker sound core for getting some tunes going while I'm turning some wrenches, some shop towels, gloves, my Pittsburgh 10-pound sledgehammer, that's my favorite purse, and then some soap and water for finding air leaks and tires, and then air brake systems, bungee cord, because I love having bungee cords. They definitely help out. If you know, you know. And yeah, that's just kind of everything on the top and on the sides of everything. So we'll definitely get into the first drawer. So starting off with the socket drawer. So I've got my Icon 3/4 drive torque wrench for doing big stuff, obviously. And then got a bigger snipe in here. That's just a cut up jack handle. I think it was off of a Harbor Freight one, if I remember correctly. Going into the sockets, I've got standard Snap-on impact, standard Snap-on chromes. These are both 1/2 inch. And then 3/8 standard Snap-on impact. Sorry, brain fart there. I think I just had a stroke. And then I know this is gonna be sacrilegious to some people, but we got some Quinn standard 6-point chromes, and then Icon 1/2 inch metric impact sockets. I actually upgraded from Pittsburgh ones. I wanted to treat myself going into this bigger box, so the Pittsburgh ones are now in my home box, and then I got the Icon ones now to replace those. and then as well as shallow icons as well for the metric impact. And then this is like my daily driver. I mostly live in a metric world nowadays. You know, if you know, these guys over here, they love using metric fasteners. So this is the Capri 3/8 impact set. Love it to death. Metric impact set. Love it to death. Run these suckers all day long. Haven't broke any of them. Just absolutely loving that set. Definitely check them out. Capri makes some very quality sockets. Some Pittsburgh spline sockets, and then some random, Torx bits. I've got a different Torx bit set. You guys will see it later. That's not all I run for Torx bits, but impact Torx bits. This little bad boy is where I keep all my pins for turbo actuators for Cummins and Detroit, as well as these are some Detroit pins for doing for holding down the belt tensioners as well. Just keep them in this because it's easy to keep track of. Some cheapo spark plug sockets. I don't touch gassers that much professionally, so I just, they get the job done. Mac axle socket, if you know, you know. Some standard, metric Quinn shallow sockets. I'll use those a couple times, but they're not bad. They do what they gotta do. Some rando Harbor Freight mixed with Walmart Hyper Tough, deep and shallow quarter drive sockets. Some Eastwood chromy deep metric sockets right here. Some Craftsman depending on who you ask. 12-point deep and shallow metric sockets as well. Some standard Hyper Tough and mixed with Pittsburgh chromy 1/4-inch sockets right here. Snap-on standard and metric deep quarter drive sockets, and then the little Pittsburgh 10 mil kit. I really haven't had to use that, so okay. And then 3/4 drive metric Pittsburgh sockets as well to complement my 3/4 torque wrench and then my 3/4 gun as well. Definitely a lot of room for growth in this drawer. When I was in my old box, everything was just kind of like together, like there was not this dead space in the middle. So I'm pretty stoked about that I got all that space, but at the same time it's like, great, I had to buy more tools. But yeah, I know that this is a definitely mixed mutt of sockets. Almost all my snap-on sockets I've bought on the used market, so I've saved a pretty penny on that. But everything in here is held up and it's been doing its job, and I haven't had too many complaints at all when it comes to this mixture of sockets. But we'll move on to another drawer. Moving over to this side, we've got a very top drawer. It's just all my random pens, markers, paint pens, Sharpies, you name it. Pocket screwdrivers, just because it's easy just to, I need this real fast as I'm working on top of the box, and just reach in and grab one of those. Magnets, knife, miscellaneous spare keys, tire tread depth gauge, whiteout, some razor blades, just kind of a quick little easy grab. And I'm excited for this, a little paperwork station. I haven't had the luxury of having one of these, so I'm kind of happy about this. Be able to do my paperwork right here, do my work up there. So this would be nice to fill out RO paperwork on. But moving on into the next drawer underneath that is I've got all my ratchets. I got glad I reminded myself of this Harbor Freight one I got to take back and get warrantied. We'll start from the top, go down to the bottom. Got a Craftsman one right here on the side, a 3/8 drive. That one's pretty special to me. I've had that one since I was 16 years old. Got a 3/8 Pittsburgh one right next to it as well. I started my professional career with that sucker, so she holds a special place in my heart as well. Some rando, I don't even know what brand 3/8. I call it a slug and ratchet because I'm not afraid to hit it with a hammer if I have to. Some Tomaris or Tomas. I can't really read people, so yeah, maybe Tomars. I don't know. I can't read. But these little stubby ratchets, I got a 1/2-inch, 3/8, and a quarter drive. They've been great, cheap little Amazon ones. And then my older snap-on 3/8 drive flex head, excellent for doing under dash work. a broken cobalt long ratchet that I need to figure out if I can warranty that, or maybe I might make a Frankenstein tool out of it. I'm not entirely sure. My snap-on 1/2-inch drive high vis locking flex head ratchet. Love this little sucker to death. Get some work done with that bad boy. And then a non-locking flex head Pittsburgh 1/2-inch, and then my 3/8 locking flex head snap-on ratchet. Love that little bad boy. My 100 tooth thin snap-on 3/8 ratchet. Icon quarter drive fixed head. Another special ratchet to me that I've had since I was 16. Got it with that Craftsman as well. Little baby quarter drive Craftsman. Broken 3/8 flex head Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh extendable ratchet 1/2-inch. That little guy, we're not gonna worry about that little guy. And then my 3/4 Napa breaker bar. Don't really care for Napa tools or Napa auto parts, but they make some pretty good tools. Got that sucker used, and she's a hammer. I'll tell you that one for free. Just below all the ratchets is all my extensions. Mostly all Pittsburgh. Mostly all Pittsburgh. I will be completely upfront about that. All my adapters, mostly all Pittsburgh. I believe this is Westward right here. That's a Mac adapter for a 3/4 to 1-inch drive. A bunch of randomness with all of these. 3/8 and quarter, 1/2-inch. My smaller adapters, my Icon wobble extensions. These are kind of like my daily drivers. We got 3/8, 1/2-inch, and a quarter. Love these things to death. I've abused these things, and they just keep on taking it. Excellent little set of extensions. Highly recommend anybody looking for a decent set of extensions. Some wobble adapters, some more randomness extensions. My Sunix 3/4 drive extension, and my Hercules bit set. Excellent little bit set as well. But yeah, move on down from that to all of my specialty sockets and all of my specialty wrenches. A bunch of cut up wrenches, mostly all Pittsburgh and other random brands. Like I got a couple protos hiding in there as well. These are my slugging wrenches. Excellent for hitting with a hammer to try to break something loose. And also, if you don't have any space to get a full-size wrench in there, well, then you grab a bad boy like this and you make it work. Duratec zero offset double box end ratcheting wrenches. One end is a ratchet and the other is just standard as well. Sunix metric moon wrenches underneath those. Sunix crow's foot wrenches. And oh yeah, I forgot about this bad boy, this fun little guy. Definitely subscribe and like the video, and I'll probably tell the story of making this little bad boy and what it's for in the near future. You guys definitely subscribe if you want to hear the story about that little guy. Lyle tap sockets, love those little bad boys. I think I already said this, but Sunix crow's feet metric, random Taiwan brand from Amazon, standard crow's feet. They do all right. 5/8 Mako. The name of the style socket escapes me at the moment, but I use these for the drain plugs, the squares for the drain plugs on Freightliners for the differentials. Some random Allens. I think that's for like an Eaton Road Ranger, but I digress. Random Allen sockets. 27 millimeter 12-point socket for doing DEF filters. Cobalt. Random wobbly 14 millimeter snap-on for doing Bendix air disc caliber rebuilds. 17 millimeter Lyle harmonic balancer socket, and then 2 Lyle and 1 snap-on oil pressure sensor sockets. Really come in handy, I'll tell you that one for free. But yeah, that's the specialty wrench drawer, but I should caveat with going over to the main wrench drawer. So kind of a mixed bag in this one as well. So we'll start on this side. All my metric wrenches going up to 30. Got some Cobalt, and then Pittsburgh, more Pittsburgh, some stubby Pittsburgh metric, my metric precision torques max set, as well as my precision torque standard max set. These are kind of my daily driver wrenches. They're ratcheting 12 point on one end, and they got the little teeth in the jaws. Love these wrenches to death. My mountain / K-tool metric wrenches, these things are a must-have and a lifesaver, especially if you're doing driveline work. Excellent to have. Some random Pittsburgh metric ratcheting wrenches. Don't really use those much anymore, especially since I've got these. Wrench extender, some random Amazon one. Husky line wrenches, they do all right. Williams 1 1/4 and 1. I can't remember. It's so rusty I can't read it anymore. But found that bad boy in a field. And I've only used it a handful of times, but it's got good juju. Don't worry about that. Old Diamond vintage adjustable wrench. It's great. Used it a few times. Love it. I don't really use adjustable wrenches so much. I usually just use my nip pecs, but when I have to, it's been great. Baby Pittsburgh crappy little adjustable wrench, but it, you know, if you need it, you need it. Sunix angle wrenches, standard. Love these bad boys. They've been great for doing airline work. I mean, I could not recommend these bad boys enough. If you need a affordable angle wrench set, hands down, definitely go with these bad boys. You will not be disappointed at all. All my standard wrenches, going up from 3/8 all the way to 1 1/4 inch. Duratech for those ones back there, and then starting from 1 inch down, it's all Pittsburgh. And then some stubby Pittsburgh standard wrenches as well. A random wrench that I found just laying in the road one day when I was doing a road call. It's a proto. Yeah, found this bad boy just laying in the middle of the road. But yeah, I got good juju. It's good to have good juju in a toolbox. I'll tell you that one for free, boys. Definitely. I am of the superstitious type, and having good juju definitely takes over for you. Definitely helps out. So moving back over onto this side, we've got my air brake drawer. Got some spring compressors for doing drum brakes on big trucks, air brakes. This is a tool for the big spring in those drums as well. All of those are Amazon, held up great. Airline cutter, Lyle airline quick disconnect tools, my Lang's paw style slack adjuster tools, some random airline fittings that I've made for over the years back to backfeed airlines to charge the tanks back up when you can't run the truck. Some juice brake tools like a caliper depressor, and then a Mako caliper hanger, just because I didn't have a place to put those suckers. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of all my air brake tools. And then moving on to my electrical drawer, I've got a mixture here. So that's a Blue Point 7-way light tester, and then that's a Mac 7-way light tester. And then I got with that in this kit of different trailer pins for like 5 pins and what have you there for testing lights to trailers. These are for doing your semi truck 7 ways. So spare pins right there, fuse puller, Pittsburgh battery terminal cleaner, Mako, I forget what they call these, but you could put them in little cigarette light outlets, and it'll light up if you're getting power. Then you have a ground and you have a power. Excellent for testing outlets in the back of sleepers. This thing is definitely paid for itself over the years. Little test light. Don't use test lights that much. I usually stick to a multimeter, but it's there if I need it. Retractable test leads, magnetic, Cornwell, Mac, connector cleaners, diamond tips. These things they're bad mamma jammas. I've only used them a couple times, but God, do they come in handy. My Snap-on Torch 300, just use it for doing electrical work. Great little torch. And then if I need to heat anything up, Pittsburgh overcomplicated multimeter, but it gives me voltage and I can test ohms with it, so it does its job good enough. Beat the crap out of this thing. It's still just chooching along. Tool aid strippers. These things just do way more than they should. These are awesome little strippers. Necro crimper and cutter. I only really use it for crimping. I usually just use my strippers. Great little bad boy. I've had it for a few years now. Random tape measure, performance tool, relay tester. Really haven't given that one a shot yet, but got it. Matco industrial scissors, and I had something to compliment that. Oh yeah, my snap-on seam ripper, and that go, you know, hand to hand, almost like butter and toast. And then a Matco back probe and testing kit. Yeah, I know I overpaid for it. Whatever, don't remind me. That's my electrical drawer. Moving on from there, got my service drawer. This is for doing oil filters, air dryer filters, and fuel filters. Got a Mac claw right here, Cornwall claw. I think that's a Lyle claw right there. Another Cornwall claw, Cornwall strap wrench, one of those OTC drain plug, I don't want to get oil on myself things. I think I got that for free. I can't remember. I've never even used it. You know, oil's oil, whatever. Cornwall oil canister sockets, excellent to have. Mac Tools Forma funnel. I know I overpaid. You know, leave me alone. Duratech chain wrench. Only used it a handful of times. Good for air dryers when people fail to lube the seals before they put them on 10 years ago. Little cap oil filter wrenches. This one right here. Sprinter vans, if you freaking know, you know. Cummins oil filter cap for pre-filling the filters and or pulling the filters out. You screw this on, that way you're not putting oil everywhere, because the 6.7s, they put the oil filters in a really crappy location compared to the truck chassis. Mac oil filter claws, some random band wrench, my Blue Point band wrenches. Yes, I know I overpaid. I should have just got the Lyle ones. Still, they hold up great and do excellent. And then a Lyle super swivel underneath, some Amazon one, but it fits over the ISX 15 filters, so I keep rocking and rolling it. But yeah, that's just all my oil service and fuel service and air dryer service tools. You know, they've come in handy over the years. I mean, definitely a lot more name brand stuff in here, but you know, on the cheaper end ones of these, I've definitely broken enough of them that I've had to upgrade. Moving on to the last drawer on this side, we've got all my PPE in here. Blue Point welding gloves, some Mac gloves back there, some Ear Pro back there as well. Take care of yourself, boys, seriously. Snap-on knee pads. Yeah, I can hear the jokes flying already. Mac Tools fender mat. Honestly, I use it as an ergo mat more than anything else, just to put myself onto so I'm not destroying my body. Some D-rings, Mac soap, best soap out there if you ask me. Safety glasses. I gotta get some of this stuff out of the way. Random safety glasses that I've collected to protect my eyes, and literature, a bunch of references and stuff like that. That way I can, you know, learn things, and then big wrenches, the bigger wrenches that I couldn't fit in the upper drawer, like, you know, this Proto 1.5 inch, and then a bunch of Pittsburgh angle wrenches. This is a 2-inch. I'm gonna get that sucker out there for you guys. If you work on hydraulic fittings, you'll understand why I have these. These are a godsend, I tell you that one for free. And some hand warmers that I got for Christmas a while back, and keep my hands warm, I suppose. And yeah, that's kind of the gist of my PPE and knowledge drawer. I'm gonna set this phone down so I can put all this crap back in here. Okay, after screwing with that, let's move on to, yeah, why not, these drawers. So in here is all my inspection and lighting tools. Brake measuring devices up there, bunch of Cyclops lights, Cornwall headlamp, Night Buddy, some inspection mirrors, some random flashlight I found somewhere. Flashlight I bought at Big Lots that works actually amazing. Spark plug gapping tools, little thread gauge tool right here, machinist roller, slack adjuster, rod tester, or excuse me, brake can rod measuring device, brake shoe measurement for drum brakes, some more tread depth gauges, a little feeler gauge that I made, I can't remember exactly what for, little air tester, my Streamlight Micro, and then my Coast flashlight, and small car air pressure tester right there. Moving on from that, got kind of my catch-all drawer. Like, I don't know what where to put these things. Got some spare def tubes because those come in major handy. Some wire brushes, mixed assortment, safety wire pliers, my little roofing stapler, my I think that's a Lyle seal puller, excellent seal puller, little Mako stretch belt tool, Lyle stud installer, my Cornwell air gun with its various adapters, my Cornwell hood prop tool for like gas struts when they fail to hold them up, Craftsman serpentine belt tool. It works okay for serpentine belts for turning the tensioner, but honestly, the best thing I ever found this for was for exhaust work when you're trying to reach stupidly placed nuts on, or nuts on studs for on Ford chassis. I've used this thing a lot of times for getting weird angles, and you know what? It works better than a serpentine belt tool at that. But I digress. Some tools for my grinder, little cheapo tubing cutter, a little nut buster, what else? Flywheel tools, flywheel turner. Yeah, just kind of a weird catch-all in this drawer, but you know, I got to put it somewhere, you know what I mean? Moving on from there, we got my fuel and def drawer. As you can tell, there's a lot of room for growth on this end. Lyle Duramax fuel water separator wrench, fuel line disconnect tools for the newer style little quick connects, Lyle oxygen sensor / knock sensor wrench, some Pittsburgh push pin pliers, some Max Force. If you know Max Force Series International engines, fuel line disconnect tools, some Lyle injector seal installer kits that I won on a raffle from Lyle, or not raffle, giveaway, so shout out to Lyle, thank you guys so much, and a little def refractometer. But yeah, definitely have a ton of room for growth in this drawer right here, so that's definitely going to be where I'm going to be spending some money in the future. And the power drawer. This is where I've spent some money. Well, kinda, sorta. Same, but different. Big Milwaukee guy. I know, kill me. Milwaukee 1/2" impact. Here, I'm just gonna start pulling these out. 1/2" stubby impact. Milwaukee 3/8 stubby impact. Milwaukee right angle 1/2" impact. Got my Mac 1/2" air impact. My Milwaukee. Why can't I think of anything today? God, my brain is just killing me. Impact driver, Milwaukee. Milwaukee 3/8 non-fuel electric ratchet. Great little sucker. Oh, this is cool. So I haven't really used this. My partner got me this. This is a vintage Blue Point 1/2" gun from the 90s that she found at Goodwill, and brand new in the box, probably used like twice, and so not brand new, but still in the box it came in for 40 bucks. So yeah, I definitely reimbursed her for that because that's a cool thing. I haven't really had a chance to use it, but what time will tell there. Maybe I should just put it on a shelf. Random greases and tool oils, Mako, spare air fittings, little Chief right angle air drill, Hercules Ultra Torque 1/2 inch, excellent impact. My Chief air grinder, excellent little air grinder. My Chief hammer drill, or not Chief, sorry, Hercules hammer drill. My Hercules 3/4 Ultra Torque, excellent impact. And then just a little jerky container where I keep more air tool oil and drill bits. So yeah, that's kind of the gist of all this crap I got in here. Give me a minute here, boys. I gotta put things back where they need to go. All right, now that we got through that, let's tackle the midsection. So in here is my pliers drawer. Definitely a mixed bag in here. And I want to caveat, you guys have probably noticed that a lot of these tools are pretty greasy and dirty, but unlike most 15-year-old boys, I don't spend a whole lot of time polishing my tool, so to speak. But moving on from that. Got some Craftsman pinch-off pliers. Can't remember what the heck I got this for. I think that this was for brake springs, actually, if I need to move that. Icon pair head pliers, never had to use them. Some Cobalt slip joint pliers, some random other slip joint pliers. I can't even remember who makes this. I think that's a CT Co. Oh, it's Crescent. Oh, color me stupid. Some Husky fence post pliers. Those work excellent for pulling nails out of tires. Some bigger Cobalt slip joints. Some Cornwell battery cutter tools. Pittsburgh flush cut micro snips, and then a mixture of vice grips from Vice Grip, Pittsburgh, and then mostly are all Cornwell except for this bad boy right here. Cornwell makes a hell of a vice grip. If you're looking to get some tool truck vice grips and you're not sure where to go, Cornwell is affordable and they're excellent vice grips. Some Duralast small needle noses, they're okay, I guess. Doyle giant slip joint pliers, excellent actually for the price point. Some Mac hose pliers, as well as some Icon hose pliers, Icon cutters, Mac branded Nitpex, but they don't say Nitpex anywhere on them, so I don't know if it's like a knockoff Nitpex, but I use it like any pliers wrench and it's been great. Some Matco Nitpex, the baby Nitpex, Icon needle nose pliers, the Talon Grip snap-on pliers, the big and the small. Love those to death. Those are like my daily drivers when it comes to my pliers. Bent needle nose snap-on long reach cutters, some Milwaukee cutters, the Lyle electrical connector disconnect tool, and then some Cobalt tin snips. So definitely a mixed bag in here as well, and some room for growth too on the plier side of things. Moving on to my punch, chisel, and screwdriver drawer. My main screwdrivers are these Cornwell right here. This set, excellent set, got on a great deal. These smaller precision snap-ons that haven't had the chance to use just yet. I got them with the box. Pittsburgh punch and chisel set, excellent set for the money, excellent set. Can't say that enough. Some random punch that I think I made. I can't remember. Some Harbor Freight roll pin punches. They suck, but they're good while they work. Some Mac punches. Some random more punches, and then small bit screwdrivers. Snap-on valve core tool. The Lang, they're rebranded to Matco. Small pocket prying tools, some more pocket screwdrivers in case I need those, some Craftsman cabinet screwdrivers, all my air hammer bits, miscellaneous to Snap-on, to Pittsburgh, to Cornwell, and some Lyle pickle fork attachments for my air hammer as well, some dollar store precision screwdrivers, the little Icon bit set, highly recommend it. a cobalt bit set that I wouldn't even wipe my ass with. That thing sucks, but you know what? I used it one day to pull a, what was it? I was doing a radiator on a Freightliner, and nobody had a bit driver that was small enough to fit in between part of like the grill slash frame assembly guard to the transcooler, and that thing was able to fit. And so then I stuck my small snipe on it and was able to get it off with that. So I guess it's earned a place in my box, I suppose. Little hyper tough precision bit set. Love that set to death. It's been a great little set for a Walmart tool. DeWalt impact driver, right angle attachment, great for doing those dang chicken lights on Freightliner M2s, the ones that are mounted on the roof. Trust me, if you know, you know. And then just some random Allen bits as well. Moving on from there, I've got all my picks, scrapers, and interior tools, and some files. So these are just some hyper tough Walmart files. They're decent. Some random Amazon and Harbor Freight, the mini pick sets. Highly recommend these for how sharp they are and how cheap they are. It's good just to have a pair laying around. Matco radiator pick tools, and then the Lyle radiator pick tool set as well. My Cornwell picks, my long picks, Pittsburgh strikeable scrapers, some random other scrapers like a small Mac one, a long Mac one, Cornwell razor scraper, my Mac O-ring pick set, Titan Tools scraper, Cornwell scraper, another flip out Cornwell scraper, Snap-on super scraper, love that thing to freaking death, some random scraper, I can't even remember what it is or how I got it. Interior tools, little Mac interior pick, Pittsburgh interior tools, Walmart pin tool, pry tool, little easy pry right there. And then this little Quinn scraper, the last shop that I was at had a communal scraper for cleaning off fifth wheels. And so I figured, you know what, time to be a big boy and just own my own. So I went and picked that one up recently. Haven't had the chance to put her through her paces, but it's just a scraping tool for taking fifth wheel grease off and then reapplying new fifth wheel grease. It's not rocket appliances, so yeah. But yeah, that's just kind of the gist of all that. And second to last, I've got my hammer, pry bar, and puller drawer. So some Harbor Freight dead blows, Harbor Freight drilling hammer. That thing is an awesome little mini sledge. Definitely has paid for itself time and time again. Icon baby soft face dead blow, Pittsburgh standard claw hammer, my daily driver hammer, my Snap-on 32-ounce ball peen dead blow, some random Pittsburgh ball peen hammers, Cornwell forked pry bar, excellent for doing brake springs, but you know, take your pick. It's a great little forked pry bar. Some Pittsburgh heel bars, some Pittsburgh long pliers. I just didn't really have a place for them. And then a collection of hyper tough pry bars. But before you're like, oh my god, this Walmart boy, that's a Lang striking pry bar. See that? See the resemblance? It's the same pry bar. It's the same pry bar. They're actually made by, I think, Wild or Willed pry bars. They just get rebranded all over the place. The Lang one, I think, is like 40 bucks. The Walmart ones are like, I think like just like these three right here, I think is like 10 bucks. And then that one was like $11. So honestly, if you want some decent striking pry bars, just go get the Walmart ones. Super cheap. And there's a warranty apparently, but I don't know what the trip is. And also, they're made in the USA, if that's a stipulation for you. Little baby Pittsburgh pry bar right there. Blue Point God Thumb little prying tool for like taking off intercooler boots, little Craftsman striking pry bar, and then the Lyle mini striking pry bar as well. And then a little baby claw hammer, my air hammer, my snap-on air hammer, the big chooch. Got this thing for free, won it in a raffle. So shout out to my snap-on dealer for picking me. And then OTC slack adjuster puller, and then a ball joint separator from Harbor Freight that I haven't had to use, but you know, it's there if I need it. And yeah, I'm the kind of person, half the time I like to, you know, have it and not need it instead of needing it and not having it. So that's why I got couple redundancy things like that laying around in the toolbox. And last but not least, we got the case drawer. So I'm gonna try to pull stuff out to dig things out of here, so just bear with me. So first of all, we got the little fluid extractor syringe from Craftsman. Honestly, not bad. I mean, I haven't really played around with the Mighty Vacs a whole lot, but that thing has held its own with hydraulic stuff. Little ADT 1/4 inch click style torque wrench, some Duratec 1/2 inch and 3/8 torque wrenches. They've held up great. They've been amazing. They don't have a flex head like the Snap-on Tech angles, and they don't like have a little vibrate to it, but they definitely have a little beep. And you know, I've been pretty happy with them. I'll go ahead and break one out for you guys if some of you are oh so inclined curious. And yeah, little bad boy there, especially if teal is your color. But I've been pretty happy with these. Moving on from there, just got some Craftsman lug nut sockets. Don't really use those a whole lot. Little Mac 8-piece titanium carbide bird set. It's a baby little bird set, but you know, definitely worth its weight in gold, especially when you really need a fine tooth. Little vacuum gauge tester, Pittsburgh, some blocks of wood, because you always need blocks of wood. Icon Precision snap ring pliers, Pittsburgh oxygen sensor set, little Pittsburgh digital caliper, labor saving wrench. I've only had to use this once, and it still broke what I was trying to get out, but that's when I just grabbed the torch. But I guess if you're screwed and you need it. This right here, this little Blue Point kit, I would recommend this kit to anyone in the mechanic field. Doesn't matter if you're heavy diesel like me or if you're base automotive. This Blue Point kit, it's a mix of Torx, Allens, and E-Torx. And if you ask me, it is worth every freaking cent. And it's not cheap. I think I paid somewhere around like 500 bucks for this kit, but honestly, worth its weight in gold. Has got me out of so many stupid scenarios. But excellent little kit. Harbor Freight pneumatic fan clutch set. It's a decent little set. Lyle brake depressor tool, great for air brakes or any kind of brakes. Some ratchet straps. It's an Amazon extractor set, I believe. Yeah, it's Amazon little screw extractor set. I had a coworker break my other extractor set, and it was just an Amazon cheapo. And so he broke one bit out of it, but then he gave me a whole set in return to apologize. So shout out to you, Shanzi. I really appreciate it. Going on from there, a little Lyle Shiwi. If you work on a Zuzus and need to add fluids, this is a lifesaver. Chain, you never know when you're gonna need one of those. Some Harbor Freight E-Track strap holders. So you hook this into your little E-Track and then you hook your ratchet strap to it. Great for doing rear door work. Lang snap ring plier set, amazing little set. and some cheapo Amazon fuel injector sockets, my Mako thread chaser kit. Don't really use this a whole lot, but it's good to have. And then last but not least, these little bad boys. These are, oh, whoa, we got a stowaway. Jesus. Anyways, these are block offs I made for blocking off the airlines on a 7-way when I swap out the airlines, or if I'm trying to find a leak in the airlines and for some reason can't find it. Hook these up and then charge the emergency and the service air to it to check for air leaks. I made these from a junk 7-way that was getting thrown away, airlines and all. Cut these off in the end because they have these fancy these metal handles. And then these bolts ran into the bottom of these. These are cross member bolts off of a Freightliner Columbia that I was replacing the cross member on the very rear because some jackwagon dropped his trailer kingpin into it and bent it to all heck. But the bolts were still good, but we were replacing the bolts anyway, but these were going to get thrown away. And I was like, no, don't tell me. The OD was the same, so they just shot right in, added some pipe dope, and then good to go. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers all of that. I'm going to put all this junk back in here. Well, that kind of really does it. That's all of the tools I've accumulated over the last 3 years being a heavy-duty diesel mechanic. I appreciate you guys so much for watching the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the tour. I hope it was informative for you, and I hope it was definitely entertaining as well. Please consider subscribing. It really helps me out. I do tool review videos, so if there's any tools inside this box you guys want to see a review on after it's lived its life in a heavy-duty environment, please let me know down in the comments below, and I can definitely try to get that done for you guys. But yeah, please consider checking out my tool review videos, as well as checking out videos on my build series for my Drift Mazda Miata. And also I try to do videos anytime I could be turning a wrench and have a camera behind me filming it, take you guys along for the ride, and hopefully teach you a few things, and if not teach you, hopefully be entertaining for you guys to watch me bumble around and figure out as I go, I suppose. But yeah, thank you guys all so very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Y'all have a good one.